Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tabor Talks. I'm just finished watching a video from Secular Talk, Kyle Kalinske, and like a recent poll. I don't know what poll it is. I don't have it here, but 80% of Republicans would vote for Donald Trump, even if he's in prison. I mean, just think about how stupid, clueless these morons are. So here's a roundtable discussion with Pakman. Trump supporters explain why they are, this is what he says, dangerous and clueless. They really are just these morons, like just parroting all these ridiculous Republican talking points. So listen to this, and again, I'll put the link in the comment section. Check this out.
All right, we're going to do a deep dive now into what is happening psychologically, epistemologically, and cognitively with your average Trump voter right now. Now, let me set this up for
Do you think Republicans know them words there? I'm not gonna say Republic. Deplorable, damn near epistemology. What that be? Cognitive? What's epistem?
you. We're going to look at a couple of focus groups, foci, we might even call them, okay, that PBS did with voters. And if I came to you and I said, folks, I'm going to pull back the curtain and show you the insanity of the voters who want a flat tax, you would probably look at me and say, David, that's not super interesting. Like wanting a flat tax, even if I disagree with it, it's not really indicative of something wacky and zany that's going on. And I would agree with you.
Yep.
But we have a situation right now where we have a twice indicted, twice impeached, globally humiliated, failed former president with significant evidence of criminality against him, innocent until proven guilty, of course, running a campaign that is absolute lunacy. And yet there are still presumably tens of millions of people that support the guy. We're going to try to figure out what's going on.
And here it is. Let me just
That's
pause.
the
It's like some of these people just look like regular, average people. Like you see them at the rallies with the flags and all. They're obviously out of their fucking mind, you know. But these people, it's just I don't know how this happened. It's just, you know, obviously not the smartest people in the world, but still like your average people, how they could be just so totally deluded, brainwashed. I don't know. Let me continue.
Let's jump into the video and then we'll discuss.
How many of you know that Donald Trump was indicted last week? Raise your hand.
Everybody raises their hands, although some sort of reluctantly.
How many of you have heard that Donald Trump was indicted for a second time recently?
And the reason for hearing the questions twice is there's two focus groups here, and they're switching between the two.
Everybody knows. Okay.
From the 16 Republican voters we gathered yesterday evening,
PBS.
there were strong reactions to the second indictment of former
What's her name?
President
Judy
Donald
Woodruff?
Trump.
I think he's being set up.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me why.
She's being set up. Oh my
It's
god.
just too arranged. Everything is just too arranged. And when the FBI went in and raided his property at Mar-a-Lago, how do we know what they did and what they didn't
I mean,
do?
simple woman, but she looks like she could be someone's mother,
We had
right?
asked pollster Sarah Longwell, who also publishes the center-right website The Bulwark, to assemble two panels of GOP voters in the studio of Iowa PBS. I observed from the control room as she asked how they're thinking about politics, policy,
I'm not gonna
and
play the
current
whole thing,
events
just a
at
little
this
bit.
moment. The
wanna-
candidates are already
I know
descending
this is
upon their
annoying.
state ahead of next
couple.
year's caucuses. And as the news of the second Trump
Jack Smith,
indictment
I
had
love
been
that guy.
breaking.
It's
No nonsense.
baloney. I mean, just why isn't Biden indicted?
Oh.
Just because he gave them back at an
Absolutely
appropriate
brain dead.
time? I mean, really? He did exactly the same thing.
Well, you have a current president who is sicking all of the DOJ on a potential candidate. That's never happened. Right.
Right.
They really feel like the country's going in the wrong direction.
Afterwards, Longwell, who has conducted hundreds of
Okay, so let's pause there. So asked their thought, they all had heard of the indictment, asked about their thoughts on the indictment. They said, it's clearly a setup. The photos appear to have been staged, sort of like we don't know what the FBI did, meaning they staged or set it up in some way. It's baloney. Biden did the same thing and should be arrested or charged himself. Biden sicked the DOJ on Trump, for which there is quite literally no evidence whatsoever. No evidence whatsoever. Let's continue.
Support for Donald Trump. How many of you distrust the FBI?
The three-letter agencies, the
It is
DOJ, the CIA,
remarkable.
the FBI.
This
I think
insanity.
when the country was formulated, the best of intent was to put
These guys
some
try
of
to be
these,
intelligent.
organizations or governing bodies in place, but how they're being manipulated now and they're being weaponized is a bigger concern.
This is just straight up what MAGA has been feeding
this
these
is all
folks. These
bullshit.
folks have uncritically accepted these bogus talking points.
I'm kind of frustrated by it because on one side, it seems like we're all going all out on President Trump. On the other side,
As soon as I hear that
wheels
word,
of
President
justice
Trump,
are
you
going
know the
very
guy's a
slow.
fucking moron.
Doesn't seem to
Look
be
at it. All right,
like
here's a guy you'd say, like, oh, okay,
resources
I could see.
being devoted to looking into Hunter Biden's laptop.
What the
Hunter
fuck?
Biden, so
What the fuck?
Hunter Biden's laptop is an issue for these folks in thinking about what's going on right now in the Republican Party.
About Hillary Clinton. All this stuff, and she was never indicted. You've got the DOJ, you've got the FBI reporting up to Biden. Ultimately, this goes
They
up
all
to
look
Biden.
stupid.
So why
Just
wouldn't
look
you
at
want to
him.
take out
Look at
your toughest political opponent? And this is election interference like we've
It's
never seen
average, you know?
before.
That is a Trump quote. I mean, that's what Trump posts to Truth Central.
Yep.
This is election interference like we've never seen before. That's where they get
Hook, line, and sinker.
And it's disguised as Trump's a bad guy.
How many of you wanted Hillary Clinton to be indicted for her?
Oh my god.
Okay. Did you think
Okay, so of the people at the table, 2 of the 8 did not raise their hand
Okay.
that they wanted Hillary indicted.
she should go to jail
Yes.
for what she did?
Absolutely.
Because Trump at the time.
Now that's interesting. They're saying Hillary should have gone to jail. These are the folks who claim to be about law and order and bemoan lack of due process when it comes to Trump. They're saying Hillary should have gone to jail. They don't know about the evidence. They seem not to care that Hillary was cleared. They seem not to know that there was no chargeable crime that Hillary was involved in. But while saying out of one side of their mouth, we're for law and order and due process and the
None of it
justice
makes
system
sense.
working properly, they're saying imprison Hillary Clinton, despite the fact that she was cleared of criminality.
You get the point. I'll put the whole thing in here. I think it's like 16 minutes. So it's kind of frustrating. And I just did a video yesterday. It's like it's a cult, a big, gigantic. Yes, I'm doing a video. Okay. It's like just this gigantic cult, and the reason doesn't work with them, right? So Gwynn that did the 3 books on Charles Manson, David Koresh, Jim Jones, the Jonestown, right? These are cult leaders, and Trump, and it's just like a wider neck. It's net. It's like this huge, giant net, and I put a lot of the blame on Fox News, right? Because the way they present the news, they're are in a suit or speaking intelligent like a broadcaster, and then they they accept it hook, line, and sinker. So. All right, more to come. It really is. We live in very, very strange times. So, yeah, I'll vote for Trump behind bars, right? I mean, this is fucking nuts. All right. By the way, Robert RFK Jr. is on Rogan today. I just started him like 30 minutes in. That's a whole other video. I'll talk about that in another video. Okay, good friends, good books, so the sleepy conscience. Peace, love, and understanding here on Tabor Talk.